Welcome to the Hugo Build Time news, all the news that fits into a Hugo build, brought to you by CloudCannon. And now, at human speed, let's jump straight into what the community has shared over the last month. First up, if you haven't updated yet, heads up about Hugo version 0.148.0. There are some breaking changes that might affect your URLs. Specifically, if you're using ugly URLs equals true, or if you have custom output formats with path parameters, your existing URLs are going to change. Joe Mooring has a detailed post about this with examples, so definitely check that out before you upgrade. We're now currently at version 0.148.1, which brings us some nice improvements. Homepages can now be created from content adapters, language handling and shortcode templates got better, and there's the usual collection of minor fixes. And now for some practical tips from the community. Joost van der Schie shared a technique for automatically adding contextual CSS classes to your body element based on page type. Pretty handy for styling. Chris Ferdinandi shows us how to show and hide content based on dates using Hugo's now and date format functions with cron jobs. Christian Manka tackled an interesting problem, how to add menu items as drafts. Hugo doesn't have this explicitly built in, but he shows how to edit yourself. For those building client sites with Hugo, Tom Richardson built a Hugo starter template with Tailwind, page find search, and components, all designed for CloudCannon's visual editor. Christian Lemper put together a really solid tutorial for Hugo newcomers. It's a straightforward walkthrough of building a static site from scratch using the Blowfish theme. What I really like about this one is that Christian doesn't just show you the basics. He covers the practical stuff you'll actually need, like setting up shortcodes, getting thumbnails working properly, and building out your site navigation. It's a well-paced and clearly explained tutorial, so you won't get lost following along. You might just need to pause a couple of times. And finally, something else pretty cool. Shri built a system that treats YouTube videos as Hugo content types. Instead of manually copying metadata between Hugo posts and YouTube, everything gets managed through Hugo. It's still a work in progress, but it's a clever approach to content management across platforms. And speaking of content management, a quick word from CloudCannon, who sponsors these videos. If you're juggling multiple Hugo client sites and your content teams need something more user-friendly than raw markdown files, CloudCannon's worth checking out. It keeps your Git workflow intact while giving non-technical folks a visual editor to work with. Plus, it handles Hugo shortcodes and lets you set up different permission levels for different team members. That's this month's roundup. Check the description for links to everything I've mentioned. Thanks.